All right, so here we go. So 3.2, basically yesterday, for those of you who didn't watch the video from yesterday, we did a bunch of definitions. We talked about sets. What is a set of numbers? What is a set of categorizing something? So for those of you who love music, think about your genres of music. Every song is categorized into different songs. So my universal set would be all songs. It's a fairly big group. Then I'm going to organize it into subcategories or subsets. We can talk about rap. We can talk about classical. We can talk about, man, I'm blanking on all the different kinds. Pop. Whatever you want, there's different things. Techno, electronic, so on and so forth. So that's essentially what we're doing. We are organizing things into categories. Like I've said, if you haven't noticed my comic book nerdiness, it's going to pop up everywhere. So in the Justice League of America, if you have no idea what that is, don't worry about it. There are 65 superheroes. Kareem, I'm in the middle of teaching. If you're sorry, you'll sit down and listen. Thank you. So we're told there are 65 superheroes total. Of these superheroes, we've got 23 that can fly and 26 that have super strength. And we have 31 that can do neither of those. We want to draw a Venn diagram to show what this looks like. So Venn diagrams, those are the ones where you've got like a box on the outside, then you've got two circles that overlap. That's what we're going to do for this. So for our Venn diagram, we've got our universal set. I'm going to call it J for Justice League of America. And we've got two subcategories. I've got those that can fly and those that have super strength. The question is there any superhero that can both fly and has super strength? Or are these two things mutually exclusive? Any of you know DC Comics? Yes. Can any of you think of a superhero that can fly and have super strength? Superman. Really easy one. There's a bunch of other ones. But there's an overlap region for this. Meaning, I've got one circle here that represents those that can fly. And I've got another circle here that represents those who have super strength. I'm personally more of a Marvel guy, so don't question me about the DC universe so much. I'm much more Marvel. So here is our Venn diagram. And we need to try and figure out how many can fly, and have super strength, how much can just have super strength, and how much has neither. And that's going to be a lot of our task over this unit, is lots of figuring out what are the numbers that go into these spots. So, as it says here, we're going to use this Venn diagram to figure out the number of superheroes that only have the power of flight. So notice here I've got two sections. I've got this one, don't color this, because I'm gonna erase this in a sec. This section here is just flight. This section here, flight and super strength, because they overlap. They're in both circles. And then this one over here is just super strength and not flight. So we're looking for what is this section, what is this section. That's essentially what we're doing here. So let's go about and think about this. So we already filled this one out. We asked, are they disjoint? Disjoint just means two circles that are separate. And we said, no, they're not disjoint. Joint. For example, we said Superman. So this means I have something that fits into both. The question now becomes, how do we figure out the rest? So what are we told here in the question? What information can you see from this?
23 can fly.
Okay, so I've got 23 can fly. So the number that are in the flying circle is 23. What else?
26 are super strength.
Super strength. So the number that are in the S bubble, 26. What else?
No.
Yeah, I'm doing a set of notes, so you should write this. If you didn't get this set of notes last class, I've got another printed pair. Okay, then on my shelf here, you'll find a set of notes. On this set of 3, the bottom one on the bookshelf. Yeah, there. That one there. What else are we told in this question? We have the number of people that fly, number of people that have super strength. 31 cannot do either of these. That's unfortunate for them. That's like your Batman. Even though he has a suit, that's where he gets his power. So 31, this is actually the easy one. 31 is neither flying or super speed. So 31 I can just plunk outside of the circles. It's still a part of the Justice League, but it's not a part of these two groups. So this just goes on the outside. That one's not too bad. We're also told the total number of people in the Justice League is 65. So we need to try and use this to figure out how to get the rest of this. And this is a very common question for this section, so you'll want to know how to do this. From this, we need to figure out what is, essentially the first part I want to do is figure out what's here in the center. If I can figure out what's in the center, the other part's easy. I just need to figure out what's in the middle. So in order to do this, I'm going to show you a trick here. I'll go back up, you can see this. So essentially what we've got is, let's see, how can I explain this? First I want to figure out if there's 31 outside of the circle, and there's 65 total in the whole box, how many are going to be inside the circle here?
34.
How'd you get 34?
65 minus 51.
Yeah, so let's think about this. If there's 65 in this whole box, and outside the circle there's 31, the remainder have to be in the circle. So we've got 65 minus the 31 on the outside tells us that we have 34 members of this league inside the circle. Did I lose anyone at this point? Or that's good. All right, let's talk about what's inside the circle now. So I have got 34 in the circle. Notice here, if I take the number that fly plus the number that have super strength, is that going to give me 34?
No.
23 plus 26 gives me 49. So I've got an overlap. I've got a middle region here. So what I'm going to do to figure out how much is in the middle is I'm going to write this on the bottom so you can see this better. I'm going to go the number that fly plus the number that have super strength minus this amount that I need to have, because there's a double region here. So minus 34. So if I look at this, the number that fly is 23 plus 26 minus 34. I will explain this more in detail once I get this done so you can see where this is coming from. So this gives us 15. So that means I have 15 extra people that are counted for in these two little bubbles. Which means 15 people are counted twice. And why are they counted twice? Because that's the number that's in the middle here. Yeah. You're welcome. So now that I've got the middle region, the rest is pretty easy. You're told in the whole of flying, so how many people are in this total circle? So in flying, there's 23. And in this portion of the flying circle, I've got 15. So how many's out here?
8.
23 minus 8. I'm just going to glitch again. Yep. We'll wait a sec for the computer to catch up. There we go. So we've got 23 that are in this whole circle minus this part of the circle. Tells us that there are 8 that only fly.
Do I have to do this?
Yeah, just show me where the number comes from. I don't want numbers just appearing, just show me where the numbers come from. Like, I know it's a simple math, but just make sure you put it in there. So same thing with super strength. You know in this whole circle, it's 26. So if this half of the circle or part of the circle is 15, the rest here is 26 minus that 15. So we've got 11. And once you get to this point, all you need to do, I mean, we're done, but you can just double check and make sure that your numbers are correct. How could we do that? Yeah. If I add all these numbers together, I should get the total. I should get 65.
How did you get 15?
That middle part was from this. Yeah, so here's, I'm going to explain it in shapes in just a sec to show you how that equation, where I got it from. But first I want to double check this. So if I go 8 plus 15, so we had 23, 23 plus 11, 34, 34 plus this, we get 65. So if all the regions add up to the total, we're good. We figured that out. So the tricky part with this question has been this equation. And this equation you're going to use multiple times. So I wanted to show this twice. So based on the numbers we have on the right, what number of individuals do we have in this circle? In the whole circle. 8 plus 15. So 23. So in this whole circle, I've got 23. And how many individuals do I have in this whole circle? 26. So if I added 23 plus 26, notice this middle region, I counted this twice. Right? I counted it in this circle and I counted it in this circle. So that's why I get this extra 15 when I subtract that.
So can't you just add the 8, the 11, and 15?
Yes, but we didn't know what 8, 11, and 15 were at the very beginning. We just knew this stuff. So that's why we had to get to it. So this is going to be your strategy that you're going to get as you're going through the questions. Yep.
Can you go step by step?
Wait till we get to the next page. Yes, but I'm moving on to the next page. So I'm going to show you the exact same strategy in this question, except this question is making it a little bit more complicated because I've got 3 circles. So let's give this a try. So in this case, I'm talking about high school students. We're talking about grade 11s that are taking 3 classes. I've got math, physics, chemistry. So we want to look at this whole thing as a Venn diagram and try and figure this out. So we draw this out. Here is our Venn diagram. And I'm going to put into my Venn diagram 3 circles. I'm going to get math, I'm going to get physics, and I'm going to get chemistry, all in this one diagram. So let's say this is math. Say this is physics. And let's say this is chemistry. So this is going to be a little bit trickier because instead of dealing with 4 regions in a Venn diagram, now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. However, we can still figure this out. Let's start with the easy bits of information. So in looking at this total situation, we need to figure out what numbers can we put in our diagram right off the bat. So in the whole thing, all the students, I've got 130. Is there one specific region here that I can put 130 students into? I've got 2 students who seem to be consistently following me, and one of them's not even taking this class. Husni? Yeah, and it was just a phone call in my class. So, can I fit 130 students into just a single section on here? If that's my total amount of students. No, I cannot. Because 130 students is split up between math only, math and physics only, math, physics, and chemistry, chemistry and physics, chemistry only. They're interspersed around this whole thing. So I can't put that. So 130 students, just so you can see where they're coming from, 130 students all fit here. That's what it's talking about. In this whole box, 130.
Why is there an S outside the box?
Because this is the set S, students. Or school, doesn't matter. So let's look at this next number. So 82 students are taking math. So again, don't draw this, but let's look at where in this are my math students. So math is this whole circle. So that means if I look at this part here, this part here, this part here, and this part here, all 4 of those regions add up to 82. So I don't know what any of these are yet, but I know in this whole math circle, I've got 82 kids.
If there was enough space,
Mm-hmm.
because there is not enough.
I did it here. It's on my notes.
Your road is very small now.
This is so confusing. My brain is going like this.
Mm-hmm. That's why I'm doing it step by step, so you can see exactly where all of these things come from. Okay, so let's look at the next number. So if I'm got, now it's saying 27 students take math and physics. So where on here do you think math and physics is? Here?
No.
Here? So just this region?
Yes. And the one in the middle is math, physics, and chemistry.
So both of these 2 regions are taking math and physics.
And chemistry.
The bottom one's chemistry too, But notice, this section here is in the in the math circle, and it's in the physics circle. So this region here, these two added up, will give me 27. But again, I don't know which number to put in either of those yet.
Don't let this add the people that are taking math and people that are focusing on.
No, because that would be.
Already gotta add them.
This is why I'm just showing you which region is talking to which region. You're trying to solve it. I'm not teaching you to solve it yet. I'm just showing you what do these numbers tell you? What is this telling me about my diagram? 25 are taking math and chemistry. So I need to look at where's my math circle, where's my chemistry circle, and where's the mix? Math circle, chemistry circle, intermixed. So hopefully by now you're starting to see this pattern. Then we've got chemistry and physics. It's here, in the physics bubble, in the chemistry bubble. Yeah, you can sit by one of the open windows if you want. So 110 are taking math or chemistry. So here's something different. Here I said math and chemistry, which means it's both of them, instead of math or chemistry.
Why is this so confusing?
Because we're organizing.
So many numbers.
There's a lot, but I'm going through this for a purpose, and I wanted to show you step by step what all this data means. So if something is taking math or chemistry, is someone who's taking just math, would that count?
It's either this or this.
Yeah, so they're taking math, or they're taking chemistry, or they're taking math and chemistry.
No. No, it's either math or chemistry.
If I asked you, are you taking math or chemistry? And you're supposed to say yes or no. If you're taking both, that's still yes, you're taking it. If I say, do you have a dog or a cat?
Yes.
That means I have a dog, or that means I have a cat, or it means I have a cat and a dog. So it doesn't matter if you have just, yeah, it could be both. So math or chemistry includes this. So this is math, this is chemistry. So the combination of the two of them, so all of this is math or chemistry. Yeah?
I'm working through the things that are provided. So if I put 20 between physics and chemistry,
Yeah.
20 and 25 between chemistry and math, do I put 11 in the middle between all three?
We're going to get there. I'm not done going through all the numbers yet. You're jumping ahead. Again, I'm not teaching you how to solve it yet. I'm just showing you what do each of these numbers tell you. Where in this diagram are those numbers? And then from there we can solve it. But if you don't understand what these numbers are talking about, you can't solve it. How about 87 taking chemistry or physics? So if I'm talking about chemistry or physics, here's chemistry. So these are the people taking chemistry. These are the people taking physics. So if I want physics or chemistry, it's this whole region. All of this. So this is or, and is just the middle section. And then we've got 11 students are taking all three courses. So that one should be the easiest. Where does that one go? In the middle. So finally I have something that is just simply one section.
That's 25 and 20 are one.
Nope, those are two.
That's the standard code. You don't want that in.
Not yet.
Why?
I'll show you. We'll get there.
If you're taking 25 are taking math and chemistry, why can't you put them in math and chemistry?
Because Math and chemistry is this section. Math and chemistry is this.
There's a
That's what I'm saying.
There's two sections in that. So does 20 go here or does 20 go here?
Oh, so that's what we.
You can't split it up like this because I don't know how much of those 20 are in the middle and how much are in here.
I know, okay. You take away the 11 from the 25, and then you put it there.
There you go. So now you're getting this. If this is 11 and we're told 20 take chemistry and physics, so that means in this whole thing, this adds up to 20.
That's up to 9.
So if this is 11,
9.
this must be 9.
Yeah.
So this is why I went through the whole thing of just telling you which circle represents which, because we now need to figure out this rest of the part. So we said this is 20 minus 11 gives you 9. I have another section.
Okay, and this one.
So essentially you're just trying to solve what is each section. It's like a puzzle. You're working your way out. So let's see. I used this one. I'm going to cross these out so it's easier to know which bits of information we used. We did this.
You take 11 away from the 25, it's 15.
Yeah. So math and chemistry, these two here add up to 25. So 25 minus 11 gives you 14. Now you're starting to recognize how to do this. So 27 are taking math and physics.
So take away 11 from the 25.
So 27 minus 11, 16. We've used this. So now by knowing the middle, I've started to figure out these other portions.
They are all equal on tape.
Yeah, but I've still got 1, 2, 3, 4 sections left to solve.
82 are taking math, so you're going to take the 16 and the 14, add them together, which gives you 30, right? And then you're going to take 30 away from the...
And the 11.
11 too?
So you're told this. In the entire circle of math, I've got 82. So that means this section plus this section plus this section plus this section all add up to 82.
They add 41, so 80, okay, so 82, take away 41, 41.
Yeah. So we've got 82, which is the total in math, minus 16.
Are you going to add them all?
I'm just going to show the step by step so you can see where it comes from. Minus the 11, because that's also in the circle, minus the 14, which gives you 41. So you see, it's not once you kind of understand the concept of what do these numbers represent in the whole circle, then I can start chipping away at solving this. So what else do we have? We have that in math or chemistry, I've got 110 students. So if you remember, with math or chemistry, it's this region. Math, chemistry.
Okay.
The nice thing is, there's only one missing part in math or chemistry.
Okay, so they all
So
equal.
110 minus all of these gets you your remaining region.
Are you sure?
110 minus 41.
No, minus 80.
So this, I'm going to show it over here, so I give you the space. So 110,
Minus 14, minus 11.
so all of this, 14, 16, or sorry, there's dyslexia there. 41, 16, 14, 11, 9.
Like 80.
So minus 41, minus 16,
Why can't you say minus 80?
because I want to show you the steps. Because otherwise you won't see, if I just say 82, you won't know where the steps come from. Yeah, so once you got this, use a calculator. Don't do it in your head.
Why is it not now?
Because 9 is still a part of chemistry. You should get 19, hopefully.
I didn't get it to 2. I got 75. No, I got 110 minus 75. 14 plus 11 plus 9 equals
14. Wait,
34.
where did you get the 14?
Yeah, so 14,
Plus 11 plus 9, okay.
34.
14, 11, 9, 16, 41.
16.
16's here.
Isn't it 16 out?
What's
No,
it?
it's a part of math.
Or chemistry.
Yes, you may.
Yes, it's chemistry.
I don't understand why this is.
Because it says 110 are taking math or chemistry, but they take both circles.
Here's math or chemistry. So anything that's in math, anything that's in chemistry. You guys have like the worst luck for timing of class. This is like math is like a brain strain, and it's last block of the day.
It's unbelievable.
Unfortunately, that's just how it is. I'm in the same boat. I haven't eaten since before the first class today.
80, okay, so 87 are taking chemistry or physics, so we're gonna take 19.
So,
11,
yeah.
the 9, okay, so 87 minus 19 minus 11 minus 9 and minus 16. You have balance.
Is this still a part of it?
Oh.
14 still in chemistry,
Okay, yeah.
right? So this is the tricky part. If on your test you want to take a pencil and bring a pencil and circle the parts that are in each region, and so that you can make sure you know what it is, and draw this out in pen so it doesn't erase, please do.
So there isn't going to be any part from the middle part that aren't going to be calculated inside the box.
For this one, the 41 is not included.
Yeah, I mean like, no, I mean like from the one in the middle.
Yeah, then you're right. You got 18? Good, so did I. Okay, there's only one region we have not calculated yet. Yeah, the one that are outside here. So the extras, the ones who are not taking math, physics, or chemistry.
Oh, so you take the 18, oh.
So how would I get this outer region here?
You take the totals of math, physics, and chemistry and subtract them by 2.
Yeah, so I've got 130 kids total. You just subtract everything that's inside.
So the 18, the 9, the 11, the 16, the 41, the 40.
Yep, minus, I'm just going to shortcut because I'm lazy, minus all. All being what's inside here already. And if you do the math, it's 2. So 2 kids not taking math, physics, or chemistry. That's a lot of work.
Yeah.
I agree.
On the test pad, just give us one question.
There will only be one like this, yes. I think. I have to look back on the test. I'll tell you what's coming. So, notice with this, we have not even solved anything yet. The reason why I put you through this strenuous activity to get through all of this is once you have each of the regions, the rest is really easy. If I want to know how many... Pardon me?
C is the answer is 2. I don't know.
Yep. So B, how many students are taking math or physics?
You add the
So here's math and physics.
You add them together.
So since we already know what each individual region is, we just add everything up in that bubble.
So 41 plus 14.
Mm-hmm.
128.
Basically everything except the 2 and the 19. What'd you get? I got 109 when I added all those up.
C is 2.
How many students are taking none? We've figured that out. Yeah, 2. Figured that, easy. 2. That's just from here. So I know this is not easiest. However, the way to get this is to practice. That's really the only way you can understand Venn diagrams and figuring these out. Practice, practice, practice. When you have 2 circles, it's a little bit easier. It's a lot easier. 3, that's the pinnacle of what you'll get. And that's it. That's the entire notes. Much easier than yesterday's. Yesterday was 50 minutes. Today, only 35.